Ginger Seamus. I am the CEO and founder of 7 Core Wellness, and I have got for you a 10-minute workout video for you to do. Great during the holidays, requires nothing but your body. You might want to mat a little bit. This workout is, granted, yes, it'll take longer than 10 minutes because I am doing a warm-up portion, but the actual workout is 10 minutes in length, okay? We have 5 different moves. We're repeating them 3 times. I am doing this on an interval basis, so that means I have a timer going. For 30 seconds we're working, 10 seconds of rest. It's going to be continuous, but for you, if any time you need to give a pause and break, hit the pause button, do that, get rest a little bit longer, come back and join. And if, hey, you want to do more than 10 minutes, hit replay at the end of this. But the point of this 10-minute thing is during this holiday time, when you might find it more challenging to spend extra time to get your movement, or you don't really feel like it, of like, okay, 10 minutes, can I make 10 minutes happen a couple days a week? And make that plan in your calendar. So because we have such short rests in between, I want to go over a couple of the moves, tell you what all the moves are before we get started, so that you're aware, and because I want to talk about form, and that's so important. And again, it's going to be on a timer-based thing, 30 seconds. And the reasons I like doing timer-based in this sort of situation versus when I'm training with clients is, in group situations I also like to do it, is because my rep pace may not be your rep pace, and I'm all about quality over the quantity of it. And so that allows us, like, how many quality reps can I get into that amount of time for you? So you can kind of go at your own pace and just like, all right, I just got to get through 30 seconds. 10 seconds of rest, yeah, it's not a lot of time in between, but 10 minutes and you'll be done. I promise your heart rate is going to be up by the time you get done with this, and you'll be sweating. You'll be sweating some. So, all right, let me get started. First off, just talking about proper form on a few things, and then we will get into warm up a little bit because I never want to start anything cold, and then we'll get into the 10-minute workout. I have incorporated core in this. We've got 2 core moves and then 3 cardio moves. And with core, we are going to be starting stuff into plank, and it's very important. This is what we'll spend the most time discussing, is proper plank form, okay? Proper plank form, elbow plank. So you're going to start, and I'm going to show you modifications for everything too. So all fitness levels are going to be able to do this and join. And what's even also great, get your friends, get your family, come and join you, that kind of thing. Do it together. Okay, so when starting, before you even get into plank, let's get the setup right. And that is, elbows are underneath your shoulders, railroad tracks, your forearms are parallel with each other, and your eyes are looking out a little past your hands. Okay, you don't want your neck way up here, and you don't want to be looking down at your feet, or looking down once you get up in that direction. You want to keep your spine in good alignment. Toes will be together. And then what I'm going to do is, this is so if coming up into a full plank is too hard for you, we've got elbow. So you'll just lift your butt up a little bit. You'll feel your core just fire. You're just to stabilize you. And so this might be where you're mainly going to be at for this movement. So this is the starting, but then go from here up to here. And the other thing is that if you're in regular plank, is that your butt's not piped up. Remember? The butt's not piped up, so now my shoulders are getting not over my elbows anymore, okay? Or you're sagging, and that's not good, okay? So coming up into a neutral position. All right, so the first move that we're going to be doing is going to be knee drops. So here's if you're a knee person, you'll be here, you'll lift and come back to knees. Lift into plank and come back to knees. If you can do full planks, you're going to barely drop your knees to the ground and then come back up. Drop your knees towards the ground and come back up. And do that without letting sagging in the shoulders. Push that ground away from you. That's movement number 1. Movement number 2, you're going to be on your back. We're going to be doing what's called marching bridges. So you're going to keep the hips up. Glutes and hamstrings are engaged as you keep your knee bent at 90 degrees and you alternate lifting a foot up off the ground. And then that's exercise, that's movement number 2. Then we're gonna get on our feet. And for movement number 3, we've got jumping jacks. If that is too high of an intensity for you, impact for you, you've got side steps. Alternate with side steps. Right here, movement number 4, is high knees. So bringing those knees up to hands. Hands are usually good because they're good targets. If, again, the high impact isn't good for you, you're gonna be right here. And then exercise number 5, final one, is gonna be side shuffles. So you're gonna be shuffling side to side, just like this. Again, you can always slow down and you can do sideways marching as your alternative for that, okay? So those are the 5 moves. You know what we're getting into, but let's do a little bit of warm-up stuff before we get started. So first, what I want you to do is kick one foot forward, toe is up, push the hips back, reach towards that foot, do big swoops with your arms. You should feel this in the back of the leg and the hamstring and the glute and the calf. I want you to not let your back round. Don't round. Keep the back flat. That means keep the chest more up. All right, switching to the other side. Good. All right, and now what I want you to do is I want you to do some squats. So you're just gonna be sitting your butt back, keeping weight mostly in the heels, but you'd also want them kind of evenly distributed on your foot. If you just don't want to be coming up on your toes. Don't rock up on your toes. Sit the butt back. All right, last warm-up move, we're gonna do a little bit of side lunging, where we're gonna take that opposite hand to that foot, if you can do that. If you can't, and you just gotta side lunge to here, that's fine, or just side step. You got a couple of options. All right, let's switch and go the other side, other direction. Good, look up at that hand. Good. All right, nice. Okay, we're gonna get started with our workout. So, you don't need a lot of space for this either, so it's great. I'm gonna start my timer. Again, 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. In 10 minutes, we're gonna be done. We're gonna be done. All right, so get ready, ready to get in that elbow plank with those knee drops. Pick the modification that works for you. Start and go. Pick that modification. Are you starting in full plank and just dropping these knees, barely hovering them? Or are you in knee position and popping yourself up into plank? You should especially feel this in your lower abdominals as they fire to support you during this time. For this core, we got 7 minutes. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Great. Flip over onto your back. I'm going to turn this way so I can see the timer. All right, hips are going to be up. Palms are down. March your feet and go. March. Keep those hips up. You may find that you're more balanced on one side than the other to do this. We are not completely symmetric in our muscles because we can be more dominant on one side than the other. Glutes, hamstrings, 7 seconds. We'll be up on our feet. 2, 1. Awesome. We're going to jumping jacks. Turn up this timer a little bit so maybe you can hear it too. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Again, remember your modification. You might be right here, and that's great. That is great. Just get moving, got 10 seconds. We'll be going into some high knees. 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Oh wait, no, we get rest now. We get rest. Let's let you have your rest. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. High knees. So with high knees, again, like I said, hands are good because they're targets versus you could be, as long as you're doing a jog high knees. Some people need the targets because you don't want to end up being like this. The other thing is to keep your chest up high. It's not about bringing your body down. Bring your chest up. Be tall. All right. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Do you remember what's next? Side shuffles. Get to one end of your room, one end of the mat, wherever you're moving at, and go. And try to see low and move as quick as you can. But again, you might just be marching. This lateral movement is so important for us to be doing. Lateral moving, meaning we're moving side to side because we're so used to living in a world where we're going in this direction, not side to side. We need to use these other muscles and give the other ones a break. 2, 1. Round 1 done. Back on the mat. Here we go. Get yourself, make sure your elbows are underneath those shoulders. And go. Your arms are parallel with one another. You're looking, where's your head? Where are your eyes at? Now that you know what you're doing, you don't have to look at me. Keep your eyes in front of your hands. Don't hang your head and look at your knees and your feet. Bad alignment for your neck. 10 seconds. You might be feeling your quads on fire too as they're helping to support you. 3, 2, 1. All right, flip to our back. All right, hips up. Let's get ready to march. Here we go. Good. The glutes, which is just, this is helping. Okay, my core, I need you to stabilize me and stay up, and hips, glute muscles support me as my hips are moving. Our hips are such mobile joints, right? They move in all different directions, just like our shoulders do. But between the two, we've got this core that needs to be our stabilizer so they can move and do their job. 3, 2, 1. On your feet for jumping jacks. And that's why for core movements, you want to do stuff where the core is having to force and stabilize. You go versus core movements where you're doing crunches and side bends. No. If you want a strong core, you need to do movements where your core is stabilizing. When you're doing crunches, you're not stabilizing your core. And especially when we're doing crunches, we're such a forward, bent over people with our phones and computers, especially now. High knees or necks, break. And we don't want to emphasize that. Goodness now, we need to open up. We need to get the core to be our stabilizer. 2, 1. All right, remember our modifications for those high knees, just one up at a time, not being somewhat airborne with them. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great. Side shuffles. I'm going to start on this end this time. Start on this end this time. All right. Get yourself ready. And go. Again, if you need to take longer rest in between this, hit the pause button, get yourself a drink of water, then come back and join. 10 seconds is not a lot of time, and especially with these big cardio moves. If you need to do it, do that. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Round 2 done. Let's get round 3 finished. All right, on the ground. Get in your position. Where are your elbows? How is your forearms? What are you looking at? Where are your eyes at? How is your butt? Is it piped up a little high in the air? Is it sagging? or is it feels like it's kind of hard if you don't have a mirror to see in line with your shoulders. Remember your different modifications. Push that crown away from you. Don't let things sag in between your shoulder blades. We got 5 seconds. 2, 1, good. Flip over. All right, bring those hips up. Oh, this extension of your hips is so good. So important. Combat all the sitting that we do. That's what the importance of bridges, because these back muscles, the hamstrings and the glutes, they need the opportunity to fire and to work. And when we're sitting all the time, they don't get to do much. And so this is good. All right, we're getting them to work now. We're getting them to wake up. 2, 1. All right, up, jumping jacks. Stick with your modification if you need to. 3, 2, 1. I like doing core in the beginning of workouts for a particular reason. All my clients that I work with, we start with core at the beginning. A lot of people save ab work to the end, and that is the last time you want to do it. You want your core warmed up, firing, ready to go to support you. 2, 1, in your, we got high knees, right? In your workout. So get it, do it, those planks, those bridges, that kind of work, side planking at the start of your workout. If you're one that tends to like to save it to the end. I don't know if I understand why people like to finish off with abs. It's the most, so that's my 2 cents on that. And a lot of times some people are like, I don't want to get, I'm tired, I don't want to get to my abs. Well, if you've done the beginning, right before you work out, you get it done and out of the way. 3, 2, 1. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. All right. Whew. I'm sweating. I'm sure you are too. Heart rates are going. Let's start. Let's finish this 30 seconds. Come on. That lateral movement, that having to decelerate to stop here. And just because we're about to be done in 10 seconds, you may be like, I'm not done. Hit replay. Do it again. Do it again. Even if it's for one more round versus all 3. Way to go. We're done. 10 minutes and you're done. I'm sweating. So imagine you are too. So there you go. 10-minute workout. Let me know if you got any questions. You can send me an email at jen@7corewellness.com or whatever. So anyway, to your best health and wellness. Thank you.